In 1960, when the whole world's eyes were fixed on America's Apollo missions, at that very same time, on our neighboring planet Venus, some extremely terrifying experiments were being carried out. The Soviet Union, meaning the Russians, planned a suicide mission to Venus. After spending billions of dollars and years of hard work, they built a probe that for the first time in history would land on another planet and capture its images. But on Venus, the Russian probes faced such a hell, such a nightmare, that it shocked the Russian scientists. Today, we will learn about those Soviet missions to Venus that exposed the terrifying secrets of Venus. How a small camera lens cap turned years of effort and billions of dollars into dust. What was there that even today, despite so much advanced technology, Russia has never returned there? Welcome once again to Noble's Creations videos. Viewers, in the 1960s and 70s, the Cold War was at its peak. There was a competition between America and what is now Russia over who would become the king of space. Both countries wanted to show the world something that would demonstrate their power and capability. In this race, America focused all its efforts on the moon. No doubt, Russia had already won part of this race by landing probes on the moon, but American President John F. Kennedy had promised the world that before the 1970s began, they would land a human on the moon, which was truly a very big claim. When the Russians saw that America could actually reach the moon, they made Venus their target.
Their goal was to prove that if America could go to the moon, then Russia could step onto hell itself. Until then, scientists believed that Venus and Earth were almost identical. Both are neighbors, both are nearly the same size, and their distance from the sun is also quite similar. But one difference was visible even from afar. Unlike Earth, Venus is completely covered in clouds. And at that time, humans had no idea what was hidden inside those dense clouds.
Even for scientists, it was like a secret box. Russia thought that the moon could be observed even with a telescope, but if they showed the world what's inside Venus, it would be an even bigger achievement than landing on the moon. And if inside those clouds they captured oceans, forests, or alien creatures, then it would be a clear victory for the Russians. With this idea in mind, the Russians planned not one or two, but 18 missions to Venus. The probe they designed for this mission was named Venera, which means Venus in the Russian language. At that time, scientists were sure of one thing, that Venus had an atmosphere because of its clouds and its closeness to the sun. But how dense that atmosphere was compared to Earth, no one had any idea. They designed Venera in such a way that it could withstand very high atmospheric pressure. At that time, in the space race, the Russians kept their experiments secret until they succeeded. Otherwise, they would have to face the embarrassment of failure. On February 4th, 1961, Russia sent its first probe toward Venus, but it couldn't even leave Earth's orbit. According to their policy, they didn't reveal this failure to the world, and instead gave the excuse of a heavy satellite launch. The Russians also had another policy. For every mission, they built 2 probes so that if one failed, the other could complete the mission. This time, they built 2 probes, Venera 1 and Venera 2. Their goal was only to perform a flyby, meaning passing near Venus and collecting some data. On February 12, 1961, Venera 1 was launched. It was the first probe in history sent toward another planet, but just 7 days after launch, contact with Earth was lost. As a result, this silent probe did pass about 100,000 kilometers away from Venus, but it couldn't send any data. And even today, it is still wandering somewhere around the sun. 4 years later, on November 12, 1965, Venera 2 was sent. But it faced the same fate as Venera 1. As soon as it left Earth's orbit, contact was lost and the mission failed. Let me tell you that during the 1960s, Russia made several more attempts, but they all failed badly. They weren't even given the name Venera. In space history, these are called ghost missions. Now came the turn of Venera 3 and 4, and the year was 1966. This time, the Russians built bigger and more powerful probes weighing about 1 ton. These had 2 parts, one bus that would carry the probe to the outer atmosphere, and one sphere that would enter the planet. This sphere had several sensors installed: a pressure sensor, also called a barometer, a gas analyzer to detect gases, a thermometer, battery, and 2 antennas to transmit data. Venera 3's mission was only to check the atmosphere. There was no plan or system for a soft landing, meaning it was a suicide mission. But unfortunately, as soon as it entered the harsh atmosphere, its system failed and it couldn't send any data back. It was just a crash landing. But on March 1st, 1966, Venera 3 became the first man-made object to hit the surface of another planet. In October 1967, Venera 4 achieved partial success. It moved successfully towards Venus and without any system failure. It discovered that the atmosphere is mostly carbon dioxide. Initially, the Russians claimed that Venus's atmosphere was 25 times denser than Earth's, and that Venera 4 had landed safely. But later, it was discovered that it couldn't withstand the high pressure and got crushed like a soda can in the atmosphere. After realizing that their probes couldn't land on Venus, the Russians sent Venera 5 and 6 just to die in the atmosphere. Because their design was similar to Venera 4, they had parachutes and only about 50 minutes to send data. Both probes were launched in 1969, and once again, the same result occurred. Before sending much information, they were crushed within an hour. But the Russians did not give up. This time, they made Venera extremely strong. It was built like a tank. Its only goal was to survive on Venus. Because of its strength, fewer scientific instruments were included, but unfortunately, due to a technical issue, its switch got stuck and it could only send temperature data. Yet, Russian scientists were smart enough to calculate from that data that Venus has 90 times more pressure than Earth, equivalent to being 1 kilometer deep underwater. During landing, another problem occurred. Its parachute tore, and it fell at a speed of 17 meters per second. The good news was it survived. The bad news was it flipped upside down. Its antenna faced the ground. Still, scientists managed to receive weak signals. Even in broken condition, it stayed in contact for 23 minutes. It became the first object to send signals from another planet's surface. It recorded 465 degrees Celsius temperature, which is hotter than an oven. While descending, frequency shifts showed Doppler effect. From that, scientists calculated winds of 360 kilometers per hour in the atmosphere, stronger than Earth's biggest storms. Venera 8 was more advanced. It had a gamma spectrometer and light sensor. It landed during daytime intentionally. It confirmed that enough light exists to see objects on the surface. It survived for 60 minutes. Then came Venera 9 to 12, a mix of success and bad luck. They had cameras for 360-degree views, but lens caps didn't open properly. Venera 9 and 10 sent limited images. Venera 11 and 12 sent no images. On October 2, 1975, Venera 9 sent the first image from another planet. It showed a rocky, terrifying surface. Then came Venera 13 and 14, the Golden Era. They recorded sound from another planet. Wind and thunder were heard. They collected soil samples. They detected possible earthquakes. Venera 13 sent the first color images. The sky appeared orange and the ground brownish. But Venera 14 made a strange mistake. Its soil tester landed on its own camera lens cap, so it measured the cap instead of the ground. Millions of dollars wasted because of a small cap. Then came Venera 15 and 16. They orbited Venus for 8 months. Using radar, they mapped the surface. They discovered huge mountains and long cracks. Because of these missions, we now know Venus completely. It is extremely hot. It has 90 times Earth's pressure. Its atmosphere has carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid clouds. Storms constantly rage there. The surface is rocky and dangerous. Because of these missions, many even call Venus the Soviet planet. Many regions there have Russian names. If Venus has sulfuric acid clouds, why doesn't acid rain reach the surface? Answer this in the comments. Hope you like this video. Don't forget to like and share. See you in the next amazing video.